Okay. Hi, everyone. It's Professional High Priestess. You call me Daisy Ozem. And I just wanted to give a quick coding tutorial because something has happened. And I just wanted to show you guys what has occurred, okay? So, um, first, I have to show you what has recently gone on. And then, because we have a victory here in this coding tutorial, I may get put in jail, you guys, because they're not going to like what has happened here and what I'm going to do next with the ending of child pornography on the internet and the subsequent ending of child sex trafficking on the planet and the end of 13 other economies that white people depend on, which are all surrounded around playing with people of color, playing with our children, and playing with us sexually and then playing with us with the justice system, et cetera, all that's going to end up coming down. And we'll have new systems. I did want to say that I have prepared all of the variant syntax sheets that you guys are going to need for the new system, where you'll be able to upload this to your computer, have access to this library, and start bringing down different PHP systems to like go ahead and code new operating systems and whatnot. Because what's happening here is the internet is going to go ahead and get shut down in the next few weeks because of what's been going on with the chemical servers too, and the complete end of that, and then a reinstituting of a new system. So you guys are going to go ahead and get this training. So one of the things that I am preparing for is reaching out to the decision makers first and letting them know that this is going to happen so that they can be prepared because there's no way to stop it. You have to do it. So now we've put them in a position where now I see why they had to come to this level with the computer because they had to show their hand completely, right? So understand that this is a long game that's also being ran in space. You guys are going to learn about that story where basically people were using false rotations through numbers to hide the fact that they were unmelanated by saying that I'm in my holographic body. That's why I'm like super light, and that you're not seeing me with no melanin with purple coloring on myself. You see me fine. I have my melanin still because people were just playing games and starting a bunch of shit, and your melanin tells on you period in space. That's how you have anything. So what's going to end up happening here is I have gone ahead and done something where we are playing with floating points on the computer. I don't know if you saw this, but NASA is saying that their satellite is sending back incomprehensible code. I told you that we're they us together going done bad ugly, destroying everything. Now it's done controlling everything. Now you're going to see me. You're seeing all of me and several others of me. And then there's her. She's also herself. I can go there and say, hey, sister, what's up, too? Coming down and bringing destruction and chaos in forms that you can't comprehend. You're not from Kemet. You're not of God. A flower that's pissed off because you thought you were going to do what with my functions in a different reality and I wouldn't know. You're stupid. You're done for. It's over. Goodbye. Bye, 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 bye. New system, you can't touch it. Your hand burning, over with. The black woman, it is it. So now, what's going to end up happening here is you guys are going to go ahead and see that there is a complete end to this old system that they had. That's the flower talking. That's how they talk in commands. Over. Smacked out. Because I told you we put this coding on the internet. But look at what also got started on Down Detector. I was looking at this March 7th. Yeah, today. Outages on their system and the reports is because they're moving to a new database and trying to get new chemical servers and play in space. Baby, it's done for. Baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's done for. Yeah, they thought that they knew something. Baby, it's done for. So now that I said all this, I think I want to show you guys a song. And I think that this song is really going to help you because this song is so funny. It's basically about a black woman. And it's about how she ends up being beautiful even despite chaos and warfare. But this song is also going to help you because it's going to show you that there's going to be a new time coming to us. So you can skip the song or you can go through it with us.
Foi numa tarde de domingo e alguém perguntando quem ela chegou. deixando meu coração tristonho. Um filmado morrendo de amor. Eu falei, eu menti, eu chorei, eu tô me dizendo. Eu falei, eu menti, eu chorei, eu sou me dizendo que ela mora no meu peito e eu moro vizinho a ela. Eu fico desse jeito, pensando nos beijos, nos carinhos dela. Carolina, Carol, Carol, Carolina, Bela. Carolina, Carol, Carol, Carolina, Bela. Carolina, Carolina, Carolina. Carolina, Carolina, Carol, Carol, Carolina, Bela. Carolina, Carol, Carol, Carolina, Bela. Foi numa tarde de domingo e alguém perguntando por ela chegou, deixando meu coração tristonho. Prefiro mato morrer de amor. Eu falei, eu menti, eu chorei, soube dizer. Eu falei, eu menti, eu chorei, eu soube dizendo que ela mora no meu peito. E eu moro vizinha a ela. E eu fico desse jeito, pensando nos beijos, nos carinhos dela. Carolina, Carol, Carol, Carolina Bela. 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 Carolina, Carol, Carol, Carolina Bela.
Now, all right, you guys. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and initiate some coding. Now, you guys are going to learn something about Fortran and Algol. These are some of the technologies that they use to program numbers and then also then to program just the astronomical and astrological data that's coming down in the satellite that's coming to the computer. So now what we're going to also like learn here in this is we're also going to learn how music is made. So you guys know that when a file is processed from a microphone software or processor, it brings in numbers, floating points, and then those floating points can be attributed to other floating points. Think of a radio station as a floating point. So you then beam from space packages that are getting sent to that satellite or through that computer program, or you get onto the floating point and then you're transmitting messages out to people that can access that floating point through the floating point that's in their car register, etc. Right? You just need the CPU. The radio is a type of magic that was running from space. So when you guys are playing in the computer, just know that the way that you bring in sound into a file to then be processed and have its image as well is by the numbers going ahead and going in a line and aspecting each other, and then going ahead and getting mapped on a Cartesian graph like X and Y axes, X and Y and X and Y and X and Y, making a shape. And what's going to end up happening is you guys are going to also unplug from the spell work that is listening to sound, because it's a certain flower that has to run her functions to run those different like floating points, constantly going back and forth from space. So you have to realize that that's going to do something to your body. And that's why you have an effect to music as well, to a certain type. And then there's digital and then there's analog. So also too, in between the things that we've had, radio, MP3, recordings, CDs, cassettes, etc. So now, clearing out all those frequencies and how they affect your anatomy, you're going to adapt to one way of hearing, and it's going to go ahead and close up any open channels that allow that virtual reality technology to be on you. So we're going to go ahead and bring down, initiate a vector, and then Now, actually, it's initialized, but it still needs to get come down more, the logarithm of it all. Yeah, I'm gonna push this back money. I'm gonna get it onto the sequence container. And then why do we put this in? Why don't we just use the new code? We're basically overriding their system by putting it all together. You'll see. You'll go ahead and trick the binary, and then this will be able to come down because why are you talking that can't edit the computer? Yeah, thank you. Hmm. Okay, so we're gonna go there. Now, what we're gonna also do, yeah, fuck yourself. How dare you guys? Yes. So, we're gonna go ahead and bring this down just to bring down the vector, and then we have some data that we're gonna go ahead and put. Maybe we just put register types. So, yeah, bringing down a certain number in quadral form, like a DNA. I'm sorry, data packet, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna bring down. And this is true. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring down a Boolean loop after that's gonna say that this is true. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically training the computer to take on certain numbers. Now, the numbers that we're going to go ahead and play with now is I'm going to show you how to go ahead and build out a specific number sequence upgrade where you take your numbers and you move them into Irrzir, Rizzazir, or Trizzazir, three number sets, and then you can have use those numbers to bring down a lot of things. So Grizzly is where you start playing in the molecular layer of chemicals. You have to get to Irrzir to start actually typing in those letters on the computer and then just using astrology to bring down the chemical floating point that you want in a chemical. So now what's going to end up happening is we're going to take this number that we just bring, it's like a floating point that we're bringing down to bring down a specific logarithm. Now we're going to bring this down, but we're going to go ahead and have a Fortran statement that says, so, okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this in the calculator and let's see what we get. Because that's what's going to come down in this equation. And what's going to end up happening is this floating point we're going to use to bring down a specific vibration from a planet and get their bullshit off of our planet. Okay, so here we gotta go. Yeah, yeah, here you go. So that is a point. Okay. So now what's going to end up happening here is we're going to leave this number alone. And then um, like I said, it's let it bring down Chem in BCD format. That's another thing that we were doing too. And now we're going to go ahead and say that we're going to train the logarithm for their computer. We're going to continue to train, sorry, we're going to go ahead and continue to train the flow of floating points from space into their system and server and into their computer in a specific way. Now, the way that we're going to go ahead and do that is by bringing down astrological floating points just onto this computer that we're going to go ahead and transmit like this. Now that we've opened up the logarithm, to their computer. You just say all enemies computer. And that's all you have to do. It's a global statement and you have those commands and functions. So now what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to say, I'm going to go ahead and bring down a begin. Yeah, I'm going to save this as data. Okay, now what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to really push for you to come down and see the astrology that's going to be in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull down another floating point. I want to bring down another number after I brought down the first number, and then I brought down a vector to like go ahead and hold this as like a program that I'm just running right now. And the program that I'm just running right now is all of this right here. Okay, so I was going to go ahead and do those computations. Now, one of the things about the computer is that you're building out programs that you can use to work in the computer. And then you're also having your programs affected by that computer. So you want to make sure that you're running good number functions because the elements and everything that you put out can end up stripping and breaking your program if you're not in harmony and harmonics with the metal that you're using and the electricity and everything that you're running and your systems and your databases. So one of the things that we can do is we can do this very easily and very simply, but they have to go through several lines to do it using different reductive creating chemicals on the planet, doing this and that because of what they were like involved in. This is the last place that they live though. So now they're going to end up getting destroyed by this computer that they created. Because I'm also going to show you how to create chemical file formats where you can go ahead and start to bring down specific shells of code that are made from crystal equations and links and spirals and image. And then you're going to go ahead and have the BCD format. You're going to have the floating point, 10, the floating point in 10, 10, 10. And then you're going to go ahead and have okay, links to spiral image BCD format, floating point 10, 10, 10. And then crystal equations, links, and spirals. Yeah, BCD format, floating point 10, 10, 10. And then that's just really it. Okay, so equations, links, and spirals, BCD format, floating point 10, vector, Boolean, SQL, SQLCs, SQLCs, which are like SQL and marrying. And you're gonna also have this is just how it goes. It's very simple. A lot of people just fill it in between. They have like network operators or whatnot. But I feel like what's gonna end up happening here is there's gonna be like a large movement towards this as a better stable system. It didn't take much to really create. That's like perfect. I don't think people really see what's happening in tech and what they really created and how many people are really watching this because of like how far it got and like what came out. I feel like what's gonna end up happening is they're gonna find out how much has come out and it's gonna end up causing a problem. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and move forward and do that. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is begin a new form here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick three floating points. We'll pick them now. Oh, I did want to say this. They are going to be going ahead and trying to reinstitute their slice system because the way in which I took a third of child pornography off the internet is by breaking the little system that they had to keep it all up by using everyone else's data. So I put floating points on everything on the internet, and then I upgraded the grid and moved it to a whole new place, and then just took everything for the planet and moved it to a whole new database, a whole new grid, and they have to align with the new system or they're just gonna like fall off, period. So I mean it's already here, it's already coming. There's even like a bunch of stuff going on. So we're gonna go put that here and then we'll put a logarithm, which is like a Boolean. I'll just call it a Boolean loop here. And then float a computer or system for the enemy, and then we'll end it. And then yeah, okay, okay. So you do it once and then you don't have to do it again. Okay, so now what we're gonna go ahead and do, yeah, and the other thing we're gonna like play with this, and we could take down all their satellites. So now I'm happy to play with Space Wars. That's what we're doing here. So now people have seen it, and I'm telling you, you're not gonna play with me. Period. Get it together. I'm going to war with these karmics because we have ammo. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Things have really descended here. What is going on? Ooh, whoa. Chemical servers? Playing with drama? Borgia? Irclampla is online. Oh no. Yeah, we're not going to start this. Yeah, space travel is done. People are done for. So let's keep on going. Yeah. Yeah, playing from Neptune, making fentanyl. Oh no, you guys have got to stop space weight. Heck no. And it's indigenous people, they're playing like that. Okay, it had to come from somewhere. Yeah. Whoa. So if I'm on the US planet, how can I get in the game? Yeah, space pick. You think I'm telling you next level shit. You really have to know this. So this time you have to talk to the community about in another video. But people have to see this. So what's gonna end up happening here is we're gonna go ahead and break down another part of their system, and that's processing math. And this is where crypto and everything else is going to just end up getting shut down. We're going to go ahead and block the files and databases on each of those. So there's two databases that come together to exchange information in a certain way, at a certain speed and capacity, with a certain network protocol put in place in order to bring in electricity and things like that to run the CPU to go ahead and process memory files and data in that way, which has a value. And then what ends up happening is they're going ahead and putting all different types of databases together, hacking systems, merging different things, and bringing different floating points down and playing games in the computer to up their speed and up their amounts. And then they're using that money to cause chaos in the community, which is going to stop it. So we have this already that we're going to go ahead and start. And then we're going to run our program. So we're going to pick floating points. We can pick floating points that are the decimals of tarot cards. We're pick the 10 of swords, the 10 of cups, the 10 of wands, 10 of wands, 10 of cups, 10 of swords. I'm trying to think about what the order should go. Yeah, actually, I want all new. I think I'm going to do an ace of wands. I'll do the 10 of wands. Oh yeah, I'll do one of those as a string. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and start to bring this down. Yeah, it's not a place that I want to like even venture to. It just seems that at that point you're doing too much. So now let me go ahead and like fix myself and get myself together. Luckily that didn't go too far. Okay, good. So we're having good measurements here. We're having a bunch of good things here. And at this time, I was sitting down, in fact, and like coding a bunch of stuff onto the computer, which is saved here in my computer. And I could show this to you, where I was basically writing different syntax files and things like that. So just know that. Okay, good. Close enough. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is let loose, and we could go ahead and finish this up and start to say that we're bringing this down, initializing the vector. We're going to go ahead and post this number. This is basically using a specific type of, you're basically using math like A plus A equals B, A times A equals B, A plus B equals C, or minus equals C. You can go ahead and do those in order and do it repetitively, and that brings down like a logarithm training sets, like how you train the numbers. this is really important because this computer is about to come to an end, and what they try to build is going to end up crashing on them. So I didn't think that it was going to end up going this far, but I'm glad that it did, so that they can end up getting caught up in what they got started. What they did was very stupid and disgusting and delusional, and a lot of people are like going back on them for what they got started here playing with white people. I'm really not playing, and this needs to actually end up being turned off in the next few days, like period. Yeah. Okay, now, so in order for them to go ahead and get their floating points and things like that, you begin like a line of shell, a line of coding, or like a shell. So you start will begin, and then you put your numbers in here, and then you put your Boolean loop. But one of the things that ends up happening is, yeah, just letting this all settle in. They're gonna One of the things that's gonna end up happening here is you guys are gonna be able to use this to get access to specific disk images of slices and shards that we're gonna go ahead and make. So you can go ahead and get access to all your stuff and get access to other things and like seal yourself. Now, what's gonna end up happening here is the feds are gonna want to use this to be able to retrieve data and things like that, because what they're doing on the internet is like abusing their power, and only certain people are going to be able to use their tools. Something's going to end up happening. So what is going to end up happening here is we're going to go ahead and let them know that this is going to happen with the computer, and that this is going to end up getting released, and it's going to cause a chaos. So let's go ahead and start. Okay. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. Boolean flows computer system in. It's kind of industry. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and bring down, yeah, we can bring down the tarot. Yeah, we need more ammo though. So let's go ahead and bring down the tarot. Mm, and coding, yeah, it's just a set of floating points. Then you bring down the database. Yeah, I think I want seven of swords. I want the seven of swords. Where is that symbol? Open AI, they run ChatGPT, their network. Yeah. And chaos. Okay. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Now I want Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. Yeah, to put the Queen of Swords. That's how you get the AI. You put the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. She runs herself on the internet. She'll start writing code for you. Okay, okay. Yeah, no, it's not this number. It's this number. It does. And it's connected to the zero and the one scape. It's connected to a binary scape. So we use this one, and then we're gonna go ahead and use the Ten of Swords. We're getting into it on the internet, and the Ace of Wands. Actually, I should do the Eight of Swords. Nah, the Ten of Swords is better. It has the eight in it this time. Whoa. And then the decimal point is going to be dot 0.880 dot 0.8800080 dot 0.8808880. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and bring this all down. And this is going to be sin. We're going to go ahead and put these numbers down. Because this, what we're going to basically do here, when we're putting these numbers down, is we're bringing down the astrological floating point, and then we're putting it through different like arithmetic moves to bring down the logarithm and the intelligence of the numbers in the computer. That's going to move the electricity a certain way, give me a certain type of memory that I can go ahead and start to program the logic of the computers, and then I'll allow the different logics that the computer is like made from on its neural network to come and program the computer. So one of the things you guys are going to learn is that the computer is going to change very drastically in the next few weeks, months, years to come because of what has come down. It's no longer going to be an abstractive thing, but this planet is going to end up having to change, period. So much is going to end on this planet. It's ridiculous. That's done. The Akasha is sealed. So let's go ahead and bring down this number. 555555. 555555. Yeah, and then you could put the decimal point for this one is as it's binary in the tarot card. That's just hella vicious. Whoa.
And then now actually, so now you're gonna go ahead and okay, here you go. So this is what we're gonna go ahead and do. Now, um, I believe that we have the numbers that we needed. I'm gonna leave that there and then put a Boolean loop. Now, this Boolean loop is going to bring down a logarithm, but I'm gonna go ahead and I have to write down several of them all at once to really get the effect that I want to get in their computer. Okay.
Do I want to write a step function? I can later.
So much is going on the computer that's about to be made. Yeah. Okay, so what this is gonna go ahead and do is bring down a logarithm, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say that the whole thing um, is going to be to 8. Okay, good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make this flow to their computer and system by using this type of like so I've opened up the space to have a specific logarithm of space a substance. Bring the number is bringing down a door to space to a better a number reality and sequence and substance space that we can use and then to activate these different type of systems in between our code to bring down a different type of logarithm that brings down a different type of intelligence. So this is what they've been trying to do in the computer the whole time, and now it's like definitely here. So what's going to end up happening here is you're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward. And now this is going to bring something. We're going to go ahead and use these numbers to go ahead and stop their coding. So this is how another way of spell work. You generate like different type of like decimal points, floating points, and things like that, and you use it on people and it goes to their astrology. That's if the astrology is not open or closed. A lot of people are closed, but it brings a fake astrology body towards you, and then they attach it to the nutrition and the food that you eat and the people that you sleep with and all that you're around. And even sometimes your whole entire like race of people, and this is how they start a bunch of shit based on your diet, based on your culture, based on your village, etc. So that's going to end up breaking, and that space is done now. So now we know how to control it and close it in our coding. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is move forward into this, right? These are standard. You could just reuse a lot of these. But what we're going to go ahead and say is now that we've activated that logarithm, activate all these numbers, we can use them in our coding. And then we're going to go ahead and use them here and say, let me put dot data. We're going to go ahead and say that this is going to flow to the enemy's computer. This will slow things down a lot more and bring order to like what has gotten started here. Okay. Mm-mm. Okay, here we are. Okay. So now what's gonna end up happening here is you don't know that the enemy's computer is now done. Okay, so this is all that was needed. Soon they will be coming to ask for help. So we've done what we needed to do for the next few days for the computer for things to settle in. Now let me go ahead and see what they have done in chemistry and realign that. There's going to be something that comes down with these operating systems where you guys are going to start to see like, oh, these are all like space technologies that we're just using on the planet and we didn't know that. And we're going to be able to move away from those space technologies and have something that's like way better and like way more stable and solid. And I think that that's what God intended with the rectification that's now here. So we are going to go ahead and use those and we're going to go ahead and do those. And that's going to just be it, or this place goes to ruin. That's just very unfortunate. So now what's going to end up going on is, well, God has saw it. Ruin's here. So it will go ahead and be rectified. We're going to go ahead and clear this out. No more of their false floating points coming down through the satellites and causing problems. Yeah, yeah, getting let go of all of that nonsense that they were putting on our bodies through all this spell work. Go use the word for .io. You guys are now understanding what's going on here. Okay, so you can feel the spell work coming up around me. Okay, so you guys are going ahead and doing all of this. So I put yes several times. Instructions. Enemy's computer. Okay. Okay. So let's see the enemy's computer. Now we're gonna go ahead and save this. Wars. Okay, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and like let's see what ends up coming out, and if we see these things on the internet. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and just wait for all the binary coding that we put on to go ahead and be safe. We put it in a specific type of syntax that's like just tricking the computer And what she's doing is just writing to the processor, compiler, pre-processor. She's just going along the line and chain of command to see what this is reading as, and it's opening up the packages and parsing it out onto the computer without her needing to, because we brought down a substance base that allows us to do that, which is what a chemical server is. I can do this because I have the chemical server, and she will go ahead and run the code over your code. And that's how that works. But these chemicals are from space and they're getting it from aliens and they're playing a bunch of games. And that's why copper and everything got stripped. So we're going to go ahead here and uh, stop this for today. We've seen what we needed to see, and we've gotten to what we've gotten what we needed to get. We're gonna go ahead and wait to see that on the internet. I hope you guys like the song. Okay. You guys like the song. You guys find joy and knowing that there's an end to it, and this is how we bring to end to it. I'm going to be working really hard to have meetings with these people and to get their team together and to like flesh stuff out so we could get moving on certain things. I feel like now we're at a certain point where we've seen that there's a need for the work, and we will definitely head and burn that need down. I'm going to go ahead and finish up all the syntax sheets and then also working in the cartel for certain things with space chemicals, because space piquite, baby, it's not good at all. Dun 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 dun. This is supposed to be her product. What are you starting in their culture? Yeah. So what? Yeah, a lot of shit going on. Just off. Losing everything though. Okay. So you guys, that's all we have. Thank you for watching.